There we go. All right. Hey, everybody. We're back after a bit of a hiatus, but we're here. We're ready to have you choose. You make some decisions, not us.
Don't ask us to make decisions,
If you
choices.
behave, Eddie's going to come to your house and make decisions for you, and he'll probably make all the wrong ones just to upset you.
Let me, you know what? I would be in earnest trying to make good choices, but they probably would end up being the wrong ones.
Put chocolate in their peanut butter in their chocolate, all sorts of bad.
Exactly. Trash day. I would miss trash day for sure.
Yes.
Um, you know, slumber parties in the office. It's not going to work.
Yeah. Just not gonna.
Nerf
Not gonna.
gun fights at your grandma's funeral. You don't want that happening.
Things just fall apart.
You will.
So
It won't be boring. I promise that much.
no, of course not. Well, if you're new to the podcast, what we do is we go through these old 80s books. And then when we get to decision point, if you're watching live, you can put the decision you want in the chat and we'll go there. And so when we get to decision point, chime in on the chat. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So just let us know in the chat what you want us to do when we get to the decision point. We're going through two books today, the second time. So when we get to decision point, we will do the opposite of what we did last time. That way we get something different because we don't want to do the same thing twice. By
I
golly.
mean, the whole point of a choose your own adventure book was to not have to relive the poor choices made first time around.
Yeah.
And again, well, that's just it. You probably died. And much like real life, if you had the chance to go back and undo a bad decision you made, wouldn't you do it? I would.
Yes. Just feeds that desire to go back in time.
If you can't do it in real life, you might as well do it on this podcast.
That's right.
Us help you undo the terrible mistakes you have done.
We could almost call this the Groundhog Day podcast.
Almost, except for we can only slightly tweak the outcomes so far. We are limited to the book.
Yes, we can't. What was his name? He's punches Ned in the face.
Oh God, just knocks Ned out.
Yes, drops a toaster in his bathtub. So don't do that, by the way.
Don't do that. No toasters in bathtubs.
Yes, Eddie only does that. He has his toaster next to him.
I just like to try things out, test the simulation, if you will.
Yeah,
toaster in bathtub.
Like eat toast while you're in the bathtub. All right.
So how else can I get toast?
Yes. So our first one today, second time we've gone through this one, is going to be Secret of the Pyramids by Richard Brightfield. This came out in, I think, 1986, I believe. So
Secrets of the Pyramids.
So I will get started, and then when we get to decision point, holler in the chat what you want us to do. So, all right. You're relaxing one afternoon after school when you get a phone call from your Uncle Bruce, a brilliant scientist and world traveler. I'm just in from Egypt, he says. I have to get some new equipment to continue my investigations of the pyramids. How would you like to go back with me for a few weeks? You have always envied Bruce, dashing off to exotic places in the Middle East and the Orient, sometimes vanishing for months at a time. It doesn't take you long for you to make up your mind to go. The next few days are a blur of preparations. Before you know it, you and Bruce are on a TWA jet heading for Rome on the first leg of the trip to Cairo. On the plane, your uncle explains his plan to place special instruments in a chamber under the center of the largest pyramid of Giza. He hopes to test the pyramid's effects on the paths of cosmic rays made up of high-speed particles from space that usually penetrate deep into the ground. If my theory is correct, he says, these rays will be concentrated by the pyramid to produce an unlimited amount of energy. While Bruce is talking, you notice that a man nearby is straining to hear him. No doubt he's just curious. He is strange looking, though. I like how judgmental we are. We're always so judgmental.
Immediately. Judging by my standards, this person's weird.
I remember
You're
several
9 years
books.
old on a trip to Egypt as an Egypt expert. Who's the weird one? That's what I say.
Exactly. I remember several books. That was a tall woman. That man was fat. You know, it was just
Oh God, there was
yeah,
that one who goes, he had a massive nose. You're like, geez,
yeah,
man.
no
You think you're
filter.
so good looking? Be nice.
Come on. In Rome,
No.
you change to Egypt Air jet. You are startled to notice the same man from the other jet. Oh, you mean the strange looking man? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, the strange guy. Is that the guy you're talking about?
Uh-huh.
I lose track.
The same man from the other jet aboard your Cairo bound plane. I will have lots of red tape to take care of at the airport when we land, says Bruce. Why don't you just breeze through customs and take a cab to the Star and Crescent Hotel? Here where we'll be staying. My assistant Andrew will be waiting there for you. She can get you settled in your room while my equipment is unloaded from the plane. As soon as you land, Bruce is off to the baggage area, leaving you alone in a foreign land. As if that isn't enough, the stranger from the plane appears and hands you a small folded piece of paper, then dashes toward the taxi stand outside the terminal. Quickly you unfold the note. Scrawled in red ink are the words "Beware the Sphinx." You have heard about the statue of the Sphinx next to the pyramids, but why should you beware of it? The thought occurs to you that Sphinx could be a code word, not referring to the actual Sphinx at all. Maybe the note is a meaningless hoax. On the other hand, it could spell danger for you and Bruce. You remember the time you felt an urge to get off a bus in your hometown just before it was hit by a truck. Now you have a hunch that you should follow this man. All right, here we go. If you try to follow him, turn to page 13. If you decide that it's wiser to go to your hotel, go on to page 4. So last
You
time
mean
we
the
went,
weird looking man?
yeah, he's a weird, strange, weird
Yeah, the
looking man.
weird guy.
Yes. So last time we went to 13. So this time we're going to 4, Eddie. So that'll be you.
You know, page 4 is my favorite page.
Yes. Out of all the pages.
Of all the pages, page 4 is always the one. I skip the first 2 pages when I read.
I just go to page 4.
Straight to page 4, in my world. Here we go, everybody. There's no telling what kind of trouble you might get into if you just run off after this guy without really knowing where you are going. You toss your bag into the back of a cab. Star and Crescent Hotel, you tell the driver. When you arrive, Andrea is waiting for you in the lobby. She helps you check in. The bellboy insists on carrying your bag, even though you are traveling light. As you leave, you're not traveling light, you're a traveling person.
Yeah,
Sorry.
come on.
What are you
You're not like
doing? You're not light. Although, I guess we are kind of like light in some way. Anyway, the point is this. As you leave the elevator and head for your room, you could swear at the door, which was slightly ajar. Again, I thought it was a door. There you go. Dad jokes for you. This can't be
uh,
a jar.
oh wait, here. Oh, not it. Here we go.
Yeah. Can't be a jar. It's a door.
It's a door. Silly.
Closed as you approached. Maybe it was the wind, but the air seems very still. And after that warning note at the airport, you don't want to take any chances. Wait, you say. I don't want this room. I don't like the location. Man, look at us go. Well, we are American. Look at us go.
We're very entitled 9-year-old American.
I don't like this room. Where's that bowl of green M&Ms? Get out of here.
Does your name happen to be Karen?
Exactly. Oh, the first Karen. Wait. Oh, yeah. The bellboy looks confused, and Andrea seems shocked. You haven't had a chance to tell her about the note. I'll explain later, you tell Andrea. Right now, I'm going to go back down to the lobby and ask for a different room. But at the check-in desk, the clerk will not listen to you. What will you do? If you threaten to go to another hotel unless the clerk changes your room, turn to page 32. That's the worst threat you could do. Like, I won't be a pain in the butt somewhere else
I'm not
if
going
you
to
don't
give
let
you.
me
Oh,
change rooms. If you decide you're imagining things, and let the clerk talk you into taking your original room. Turn to page 36.
Let us know in the chat. Do we threaten to leave this hotel if I don't get what I want? Or do we just, you know what? Maybe I was seeing things.
If you don't let me go be a giant pain in the butt for some other hotel, then I'm leaving.
Wait till I give you a negative review on Yelp.
No, please don't go. Please stay.
Don't go.
I swear.
Yes. All right. Well, let's flip a coin here. We don't
The
get any.
Uchoose. We need like an intro, I think, at some point for the Uchoose coin. One day.
We'll have to have. I don't know. Maybe like a bag, like the sound of coins falling out of
just change, just loose change being dropped. Remember as a kid, by the way, like when we had money but we didn't have like a check card, and you had like change. Did you ever have change, Lee, and you taking it out of your pocket or whatever, and it just went everywhere, and you're just oh God.
I get like a piggy bank and I would just dump it out and just count all of it and just thinking I was so rich. Look at all these pennies and dimes and quarters and nickels and
yeah. If you were like me, I was terrified of counting it like live in front of people. So I would like pre-count my change and put it in like sandwich bags in my pocket, like plastic bags. So I knew it was like, in this bag is $3.27.
That's a good idea. Actually,
I was a little OCD as a kid.
That's back when a quarter was worth 20 cents.
Man, right. Your quarter went a lot further back then.
All right. So let's see. Let's do heads is go to another hotel.
Head out
is just go back to our room. So
turn tail and run.
Whoops. Tails
going back to our room.
So we're getting a different room.
Wasn't Tails
imagine. Yeah.
So
it was go to another hotel. Tails is just we're imagining things.
Page 36.
That would be me. We're just imagining things. We don't know. We thought it was a jar. I mean, for crying out loud.
We took a correspondence course in not imagining things, but look at us go.
Yes. Maybe jet lag and your imagination are getting the best of you. Never mind.
Jet lag, a weird feeling of superiority, and and just being in a foreign land.
There you go.
It'll get you.
Yes.
And being 9.
Never mind, you tell the desk clerk. You go back up to the room and unpack your small suitcase. You make a careful search. There is no sign that an intruder has been there, and you feel relieved. Your room turns out to be a suite with a bedroom, a sitting room, a small bathroom, and 2 tiny closets. The bedroom windows are covered with elaborate patterned grillwork. Andrea's room is on the same floor down the hall. Bruce finally arrives, and you show him the note. For a moment, he looks alarmed. Then he smiles. Well, I suggest we forget about it for the moment and go out on the town, he says. I know this great spot called the Sahara Club where we can get a delicious meal of shish kebab and even watch some genuine Egyptian belly dancing. Ooh. When you arrive back at the hotel later, you are very tired. Andrea goes to her room. Bruce retires to the bedroom, and you quickly fall asleep on the couch in the sitting room. Night on the town.
I know, right? That's me when I travel for work. I'm like, I'm going to try this new local restaurant. I go to the hotel. I eat like a Burger King sandwich and fall asleep with tears in my eyes. I'm like, it's
fall asleep at 8:30.
Exactly.
The Burger King hamburger is still half eaten in your hand.
Exactly. Like, I don't have time to do cool things.
Yes. Toward early morning, some inner instinct half awakens you. You hear a faint rustling and the sound of a door softly clicking shut.
Ooh.
You snap on the small table lamp. Only inches away from your face is an asp, one of the deadliest snakes in the world. You've got only seconds before it strikes.
Man, you gotta back that asp up.
Wow.
Tonight is the night of terrible dad jokes.
Yes. What's more horrifying, a horror story or dad jokes?
Like I'll take the horror mummy, the mummy horror over terrible dad jokes.
Yes. Here's our options though. If you grab your pillow and try to clamp it down on the snake, turn to page
Yeah.
20. If you back off slowly and call your uncle for help, turn to page 88. Remember Indiana Jones? Why did it have to be snakes?
Why did it have to be snakes?
Uh,
Everywhere
uh,
that man went, it was a snake-filled territory. So he had to know what he was getting. He's an archaeologist, for God's sakes. He knew what he was getting into.
come on, Indiana. Oh well.
You know, you're not going to like Nebraska where there's like, garter snakes and that's it.
Exactly. He's got to know that. So let's see, heads will be the pillow, and tails will be the uncle. So heads, pillow, tails, uncle. Heads.
We're
Oh,
putting
pillow.
we're putting a pillow over a snake. What page was that, Lee?
That is page 29. I don't know. I have a bad feeling about this one.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah.
29. Quickly, you wrap the pillow around the snake. Good thing we took that quick pillow wrapping snake correspondence course that
we're just so amazing.
Dash to the closet, hurl the snake and pillow inside, and slam the closet door shut. Ain't no snake getting out of that closet.
You're not.
You stand for a full minute, not a part of a minute now.
Full.
A full minute with your back against the door. Your heart is still pounding. You feel weak in the knees as you realize what you've just done. You wake your uncle and tell him about the snake. First that warning note, and now this attack, exclaims Bruce. It seems like someone is out to stop our little expedition by any means, even by putting snakes in our room.
Oh, man.
But why, you ask? I may be closer than I thought to unlocking the secret of unlimited energy.
Ooh.
At least someone out there seems to think so. We'd better get you back to the States before something worse happens.
Uh-oh.
If you agree to go home, turn to page 89. If you plead with Bruce to let you stay, turn to page 7.
Interesting.
We're like, Bruce, I had too much. I had to pillow fight a snake. For real.
Yes. That theory about the pyramids having energy must be a very old theory because it's in this book. So.
Oh yeah, man. This isn't new. All this, we can get into stuff like this later. But I do think it's fascinating. But the point is, it's not new.
Not new.
But I will tell you what's new. I've never heard of pillow fighting a snake before until tonight.
Boom! You're just getting all
First
sorts
time.
All right. So heads, we head home, or let us know in the chat if you're watching. Let us know in the chat if should we go home, or should we plead with our uncle to stay? So otherwise, we'll flip a coin here. So heads will be go home. Tails will be plead with our uncle to stay. All right. Because we may not want to keep fighting off snakes for too much longer.
I mean, pretty soon as we fight off all these snakes, we'll have to be considered an asp man. Ha 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 ha! Another joke.
Oh, Mr. BRS says stay. Okay. Thank you. All right. We will see if our uncle will let us stay. Let me grab it here. That is 7. That'd be me then. Page 7. We're going to go back.
In the grand scheme of should I stay or should I go now?
Yes. I just think
the answer is I want to stay.
I want to stay. Exactly. Bruce finally agrees to let you stay a while longer, but we'll have to be very careful, he warns. Neither of you is in the mood to go back to sleep.
I ain't no mood. I just killed a snake with a pillow.
Gosh darn it. I got that snake.
I killed a snake with a thing meant to be relaxing and nice.
Yeah.
What you do, Uncle? Sleeping. Get out of here. I'll kill you with a pillow. You think you put a pillow over his face? Plot twist.
Yes. You leave a note under Andrea's door and go down to the lobby. Even though it is only the earliest dawn, huh, the earliest dawn. That's a weird way to do it.
What?
Okay.
The earliest dawn?
That's what it says. Even though it is only the earliest dawn, the
That
back street.
implies that it's a later dawn.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay. Anyway,
I'd be like, Lee, meet me at dawn. And you'd show up and I'd be like, you're late.
earliest dawn.
I meant get here at the earliest dawn.
The back streets of Cairo are bustling with activity. At one of the broader intersections, you find a cab and direct the driver to take you to Giza. When you arrive, an Egyptian friend of your uncle is already there, Mr. Hassan, the Egyptian director of antiquities. It was Hassan who first persuaded your uncle to come to Egypt many years ago. The three of you look down into the deep pit that contains the entrance to the tunnel under the pyramid. Nearby, the Sphinx sits in its ageless pose. We had a slight problem finishing the tunnel, said Hassan. The workmen claimed that the Sphinx itself spoke to them, saying, "Beware the Sphinx." Turn to page 62. I think it was Napoleon that claimed that the Sphinx spoke to him, right?
Maybe. I think so.
That's who
It
it
was a
was.
little Sphinx, though.
Yeah. I got a note from the man at the airport that said the same thing, you tell Hassan. I showed it to Bruce yesterday. Is this true? Hassan asked Bruce. I'm afraid it is, Bruce answers. However, the Sphinx is mute enough at the moment. As soon as the instruments are installed underground, we can start our experiments. The electric lines have not yet been strung in the tunnel, says Hassan, but I have a flashlight for each of us and also a strong rope in case we need it. Now we are ready to descend. Turn to page 40. We are all over. You, Bruce, and Hassan
Hopping.
climb down a ladder into the deep pit. At the bottom, a 6-foot square opening penetrates the side wall. A perfectly straight tunnel for of the same dimensions goes into the rock, horizontal for a short way, then sloping sharply downward. The three of you enter it. A hand rope along a hand rope along the wall keeps you from slipping. Your flashlight beams cut into the darkness ahead. Finally, you come to a circular room about 12 feet in diameter, directly beneath the center of the pyramid. This is strange, very strange, says Hassan. Yesterday, this floor was completely smooth, almost polished. Now there is a pattern of cracks over here, and part of the floor has sunk. Suddenly, there is a cracking noise. Get back to the tunnel, shouts Bruce. The floor is caving in. Turn to page 70. All right. The three of you just make it back into the tunnel when an explosion rocks the room and a section of the floor crashes into some unknown abyss below. There is silence. Clouds of dust rise from the gaping hole. You wait for several minutes, hardly daring to breathe. I think that's all that's going to happen for the moment, says Hassan. Hold on to my legs, says Bruce. He crawls back into the room and leans over the edge of the opening, his flashlight, playing his flashlight down into the space below. Seems to be some kind of chamber, probably an ancient tomb. The floor is about 15 feet down. It's lucky we brought a rope along. This is a great discovery, exclaims Hassan. We must climb down at once. I don't know if we should all go, says Bruce, looking at you. We don't know what kind of sticky situation we might get into. It might be better if you run back and bring help while Hassan and I climb down. If you convince Bruce that you should share in the discovery of the chamber, turn to page 24. If you agree to go back for assistance while they investigate, turn to page 90. So let us know if we need to go with Bruce or do we go back for help? Let us know in the chat. Wow.
If you ask for help from a snake, it's known as assistance. There you go. I said it. Yes.
That's a
I
good
won't
one.
be stopped. I won't be stopped. I'm
Can't
not
stop it. You can only contain it.
I only get stronger.
Yes. Well, let us know in the chat if we should jump down in that pit with everybody, or do we go back and get some help? I like how the they're really leaning into this whole pyramid energy thing, and we already, like we said, discussed that we might have some mental telepathy too. So they really love
I
that stuff.
love I love that, especially in Choose Your Own Adventure books, how it gives you a chance to like nose up. You know, it's always like, do you want to like get another chance at getting back into the adventure? There's every so often it seems that they throw you that kind of choice. You know,
Yeah, you're right. In this one, especially, they're like, you can back out now if you want to. It's
if you
okay.
want to leave, you can.
Yes. But you're right. Several of the books have done that where they're like, well, if you want to get out or you want to go think about it, there's that one too. That one's a common one. All right.
Exactly.
Oh, here we go. Mr. BRS says, looking in dark places never killed anyone.
It really didn't. Looking at dark places actually is a totally safe practice. That's true.
That's a Al Garrison quote right there.
It
Oh,
is. It is. This is our new Al here.
okay. So that means we're going to go in. So that's page 24, Eddie.
We're going in.
We're
Put on my
going in.
readers because I'm getting old. 24.
24.
We're going in. One by one, you, Bruce, and Hassan slide down the rope into the chamber below. It is a large room. In the center are huge chunks of rock and other debris that must have fallen from the ceiling. I know that because I took fallen from the ceiling correspondence courses. At one end of the room is a door leading to another chamber. As you approach the door it opens automatically. This startles all of you for a moment. Carefully you peer inside. You are hardly prepared for what you see. Even though I took prepared for what you see correspondence course. The room is illuminated with some kind of strange light. The walls and ceiling are made of a plastic material with a honeycomb pattern, and they seem to glow with an inner luminescence. Do we have like a sparkle sound effect there, Lee, anywhere? There you go. That was perfect. In the center, perched on a glistening metal rail, is some kind of futuristic device. That is we are so full of ourselves. We're like, there's some machine. It's futuristic. I don't know.
Some machinery in there.
Turn to page 21. That looks as if it might be a kind of monorail, says Bruce. See that big plastic bubble? See, that big plastic bubble travels on the rail out through a circular tunnel on the far side. I've suspected for a long time. It says long rhyme, by the way, there. That's kind of a interesting. It happens, kids. You print enough things, you're going to make a mistake. A long time that something like this might exist. It confirms a theory of mine that ancient Egyptian culture was given a boost by a more advanced one. The door of the bubble is open and Bruce jumps inside. His hands sweep over the complex control panel. I think I see how this thing works, says Bruce. Let's give it a try. Of course, we don't know what dangers lie ahead. This time, Bruce says to you, you definitely should stay back behind to go for help, just in case we don't get back.
Wow.
If you insist on going along because you took insistence correspondence courses, turn to page 97. If you stay behind, turn to page 49. Why are we even here if we're going to be offering to stay behind?
I think we've taken this, especially this book. We've taken convince our uncle to do what we want course.
Right? To quote the ever-loving John Bon Jovi, ooh, we're halfway there to the Egyptian futuristic culture.
Yes.
Why would we play around?
They are leaning into the alien aspect to here, aren't they?
Listen, you can't blame them.
No.
This is like, I mean, and again, that's us. Choose Your Own Adventure books I love them, but there is this thing, man. You wait, aliens are coming up.
Oh yeah, aliens, probably some time travel,
Mm-hmm.
then also some sort of explosions, or something's gonna get blown up. It's kind of a mainstay, but aliens and
It's
time travel.
interesting. It's interesting in the books. I thought about this. It's interesting in the books when we just get shot to death.
Yeah, a lot of
Like
times
when
we
you die. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we should probably at some point do a super cut. That'd be kind of fun. It'd be an editing nightmare, right? Of all of our deaths.
Oh yes, wow, yeah,
And
that
maybe
would be
not all of our deaths, but like a super cut of deaths, you know?
upsets and kind of. I wonder if we can group them together. Falling off of something, getting shot, dying in
Oh yeah,
explosion.
shot, falling, electrocuted, that's a thing.
Yep,
I
yep.
mean, we've died a lot of different ways. Left people to die, you know?
Left, yes. How
Good
many
old pour
people?
one out for Todd. But where you at, Todd? Kiss goes to
He's
heaven.
yeah, Todd.
All right,
Todd's like
everybody. So was
heaven. Todd's like, I don't know why I'm here. What happened?
Todd's Todd's actually in hell. He's like, you're looking the wrong way. I'm not up there. I'm down here.
What about this?
Um,
Okay.
again, if you insist on going along, turn to page 97. Going along on the alien monorail, or if you stay behind, turn to page 97. If you are watching on YouTube or any of those other, just comment in the comment section.
Yep.
Tell us what we should do. It's not we choose. It's you choose. Everybody.
You choose, because we'll die.
Yeah. QRST. You choose.
Uh,
There you go. A little alphabet joke for you guys. Or we'll flip the you choose coin. We'll give you a few more seconds here.
let's see if we want to hop in that. I like
Mm.
hops in. Like, yeah, I'm gonna drive this thing. No problem.
You know, your uncle's got a death wish, but I will say this: if there was a, and we've joked about this on Paranormal Dads, which we will be returning from our little hiatus here. It's been a little one. It's been about 6 months. Um, the running joke is if an alien spaceship landed like on the ground and like a door opened up, I would run towards it. I'd be like, just knife hands running right towards the ship. It's
Look at.
true. I would.
I just noticed this. You're never gonna see this again. Look at the number of times that heads and tails have been. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Are you kidding me right now?
You're never gonna see that
It's
again.
been an even number.
And it's in
Is that just
order.
for us?
It's for the global. It's global stats.
Oh no. Do you know that statistically there will always be the even amount that they
Well,
say that?
I just mean the
Like,
numbers. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
oh yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Take a screenshot, kids. All right, let's flip that coin, sir.
So let's see. Heads will be go with Bruce. Tails will be go back.
Get on it.
Tails, go back.
Do you see what happens when you don't make a vote? Do we invoke our you choose godlike powers in this one?
I
Do we
don't know.
over
Or
or do we just go? We gotta go. We gotta go. We are slaves to the coin.
to the fate. So
Uh,
let's go to
Go
49.
back.
Oh, sometimes
Oh
when you
man.
go back, it actually gets more dangerous.
That's
So
true. You know, this is a anyone listening to the audio only version of this. We have gotten a little cattywampus on our Thursdays, but stay tuned to the social medias. We'll let you know what's going on.
yep. I
But
think
yeah,
this is
Thursday nights.
Thursday nights. All right. Your uncle and Hassan go off in the strange bubble craft. Now that they're gone, you wish you had insisted on going with them. It's lonely waiting by yourself. As you wait, you begin to hear some kind of humming. At first, the sound is very low, then it gets louder and louder. It seems to come from a specific spot on the wall. You walk toward it. Turn to page 10. All right. Running around. Just as you get to the wall, a panel opens and reveals a linked or lighted niche. Inside is a very elaborate and jeweled costume, a ceremonial costume of ancient Egypt. The humming grows even louder now. You feel compelled to exchange your clothes for the long robe and headdress and sandals in front of you. You put them on. You want to stop yourself, but you can't. Oh boy, this is interesting. 63. When you are finished dressing, the niche widens to become a door. You step inside a large chamber. You find that the humming comes from the chorus gathered around a large stone sarcophagus. Inside, this is a coffin in shape of a person. The lid floats a few feet in the air. On one end of the lid is a lifelike sculpture in gold. With a shock, you recognize it. It's your own face. Man, we're getting deep. Against your will, you walk up a short flight of stairs. Your mind struggles against it, but the movements in your body are no longer in your control. You lie down in the coffin. The horrible realization of what is happening fills you with panic, but you're now powerless to move. The lid comes down and covers you. You hear the heavy grinding sound as the stone lid of the sarcophagus, weighing many tons, slides into place. There's no way out now. You will lie there as long as the stars rise and set over the desert. You have become part of the secret of the pyramids. The end. Wow. We got buried
So
alive,
wait, so wait, we found an enchanted robe, put it on, and then we're like
forced to.
entranced into burying ourselves.
Yeah. That took a turn.
That got dark. So we went back only to die.
Yeah, pretty much.
There
We
we go.
stayed there and we died and we got buried alive, essentially.
This is a first for us. We've never once been entombed in a pyramid as an Egyptian, apparently the reincarnation of an Egyptian pharaoh.
Yes.
So hey,
First.
supercut. We died.
Buried in a pyramid. So,
Burla.
all right. Well, we're not done yet. So hang on,
Oh,
folks.
we're not done, kids. You think we're done here?
No way. We're going to
Oh,
move
no,
on
no.
to, we don't just listen or we don't read just Choose Your Own Adventure books. We read the Choose Your Own Adventure adjacent books like the Transformers, because when Choose Your Own Adventure came out, everybody wanted their hand in the pot for that.
Lee, you got to cue up our Transformers cue there.
So here we go. We're
There
ready.
you go.
This came out in 1986. There's a little
86,
star in this
man.
book. So this after the movie. This is Transformers: The Invisibility Factor. It's part of the Find Your Fate Junior Transformers. So the real young is the Utes of America.
Oh yeah, the Ute book. Let me get back there. My link is being weird. Let me try it again.
Because everybody wanted in. We had Master of the Universe. Well, I don't think we had Master of the Universe Choose Your Own Adventure books, but I know there
I'll
was
be honest, I don't remember those. I think they had G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe.
For sure, we know that one.
Zork had some.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot, but anyway.
And
All
this
right.
is right after the movie. I mean, they are invoking characters and events from the animated motion picture.
Hot Rod. I actually saw a video online on YouTube, Eddie. Someone trying to justify and argue that Hot Rod did not kill Optimus Prime.
Well, you know, I mean, it's only proven in life that we're going to be wrong about something at least once in our life, you know, and that's okay. That's all right. And I would love to see this video. I will make a Ooh, we should do a reaction video on Uchoose, on our YouTube channel, where I watch this video and I react to it.
Ah, that would be great.
I counterpoint their argument.
Okay. That's a good idea.
I would go a step further and not only say did he inadvertently kill Prime, I think deep inside of his heart, he knew that he was going to become the leader of the Autobots if he could, you know, Prime.
So it's all a master, 4D chess. Had all the spots.
That's what I'm saying. We're here playing checkers, and he's playing 3-dimensional Star Trek chess the whole time. That's what I'm
Ooh.
saying.
So Hot Rod's an evil genius?
Hot Rod was basically like, I got a plan. I got a plan for everything. So if it doesn't work out the way I want, I'll be fine. But if it does, I get to be leader of the Autobots. Look at that.
Oh,
Everybody
that's
thinks it's Ultra Magnus. Everybody thought it was Ultra Magnus so hard that Ultra Magnus put that thing in his chest, just assuming he's like, it's mine. We all know it's mine. I'm number 2, baby. I'm voiced by Robert freaking Stack in the movie.
so Hot Rod is
Judd
like
Nelson?
he Hot Rod's like our 9-year-old arrogant self. He's just like, I'm better than all of you.
I got this. Why not? I'm the coolest kid. I'm the best boy. I'm a prince. Anyway, I digress.
All right.
We'll get there. Should I start this?
Yes.
All right, here we go. My book is loading for some reason. Here we go. Transformers. I should read it like that guy. Remember in every cartoon, and even in the movie, I had that one narrator guy. He narrated the beginning, but never again narrated again. Here you go.
Yeah.
I'll do it like
the
that.
2005. Yeah.
Exactly. It's a cool, clear night in the desert. The sky is crowded with stars, and the only sound is the faint whisper of a breeze. There's no sign of trouble as the Autobots Cup and Hot Rod drive along. Earth can be so very beautiful at times like this, observes the old warrior Cup. It sure can, agrees his young friend Hot Rod, his old young murderer friend Hot Rod, even if it doesn't look at all like Cybertron. You know, this desert reminds me of something, recalls Cup, who is fond of telling stories of his younger days and the fierce battles he's fought. Everything reminds you of something else, laughs Hot Rod good-naturedly. No, not really. This is like the desert world of Sonocron 5. The Sonites were tiny little insect folks with legs that could... Hey! Hot Rod interrupts him. Look at that up in the sky. Cup looks up. It's just a shooting star. No, it's not. I don't know what it is, but it's coming right toward us.
So as we turn pages, we'll play that. That'll be like the page turn, on the
That's the best idea you've had in a long time. Whatever it is, it's blinking on and off, yells Hot Rod. Let's see if we can get right under it and check it out. In minutes, the strange object is low enough in the sky for the Autobots to see it clearly. It certainly isn't a star. It's some kind of spacecraft. Cup and Hot Rod watch as it comes down for a sputtering landing on the other side of a large rock. They hear the clanking, wheezing sounds of damaged engines breaking down. I've never seen anything like it, Cup admits, staring at the rickety ship that is patched together from odd parts and scrap metal. 1 minute the ship is visible, and the next minute it disappears, only to appear again minutes later. Like my daddy! I'm kidding, it's a joke, kid. I mean, it's kind of true. Yeah. Let's see who's inside, suggests the impulsive Hot Rod. Dang right he's impulsive. Don't get me started. Turn to page 69. I love this. All the way, they have us hopping all the way to the end. I remember this. I had us hopping around.
They did. 69, dude.
69, dudes. I'm getting there. Taking my phone a bit to load here. Let's see what's going on. All right, 69. Sorry about this. My phone is loading. Not so fast, warns Cup. Maybe this is a Decepticon trick. That thing could be crawling with Decepticons. They just love to get their grimy hands on one of their Autobot enemies. Well, do you think we should go back for some other Autobots to back us up? Asks Hot Rod. The Autobots can't decide. The choice is yours.
Okay.
If you think Cup and Hot Rod should investigate the spacecraft right away, turn to page 54. If you smell a Decepticon trap, have Hot Rod and Cup go to the Autobot city of Metroplex for a backup team on page 20.
All right. So last time we went to page 20.
Yep, we did.
This time, got to go to
We're
page
going right in. We're gonna do a hot rod style decision.
just impulsive.
And
Okay,
so
page.
it's page 54. Yeah.
All right. Cup and Hot Rod transform into their robot modes and duck behind the tall rock. In minutes, the hatch of the spacecraft is pushed open and a woman climbs out. She pulls off her hat, shakes out her long brown hair. She stares at her spacecraft in disgust. In her arms, she holds a box the size of a toaster. Before Cup can stop him, Hot Rod impetuously, I like that, impetuously.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a word you hear very often.
Not for little kids either.
No, this is junior book. This is for like
I
8-year
know.
olds.
It was the 80s. They had higher expectations of us back then.
That's true. Hot Rod impetuously steps out from behind the rock and the startled woman shrieks at the sight of him. Cup runs up beside Hot Rod and tries to calm the woman. We won't hurt you, he tells her. We Autobots are friends of the Earthlings. I've heard of you, the young woman says, but I always thought it was just a crazy story kids like to tell. We're real enough. You can bet on that, boasts Hot Rod. So I see, the woman murmurs, still not believing her eyes. Something in Hot Rod's friendly, boyish manner reassures her, though. I'm Sarah Sanders, she tells the Autobots. Why does everybody's name always have to start with the same letter? You know,
It's all alliterative. They want to do the comic book thing.
yeah. J. Jonah Jameson, Peter Parker.
Yeah, Peter Parker, Sarah Sanders, murderous, backstabbing Hot Rod. I guess it's not so alliterative, really, but you get the point.
She tells the Autobots after a moment, I'm a scientist and I've been working on a project with money I got from my research grant. Is that one of your inventions there? Asks Hot Rod, pointing to the box she carries. Turn to page 19. Every time. Can't go wrong with Queen.
You'll never get sick of it, I promise.
No. That intro music knocked it out of the park.
That, I mean, again, you weren't prepared for the carnage that was about to happen in that movie, but that soundtrack, it's still good, man. You play that thing, you're like,
yes, it's awesome. Sarah sighs. This is my invisibility device, she says, or it will be if I can ever get it to work properly. I was testing it out here in the desert when my ship broke down. An invisibility device? Cup and Hot Rod stare at each other. Such a device could be a valuable tool for the Autobots in their fight against the Decepticons. What should they do now? All right. Should they just take the invisibility device from Sarah, since after all, it's ultimately for the good of Earth? Turn to page 45. Or should they try to convince Sarah to use the device to help the Autobots? Turn to page 25. So do we steal it from Sarah?
here
like
you
the
go.
horrible person we know we really are, Hot Rod.
Bro, just kill her. Hot Rod wants to shoot her. He's like,
yeah, Hot Rod just wants to shoot her and take it. Or do we try to convince her and actually be the good Autobot that we should be? I love this.
or we should be.
Dilemma you're putting little kids into. Do we bully
Oh
somebody?
man, as a kid, again, we were like making moral decisions right out of the gate. We're like, well, I could leave my wife. I am 9.
I am 9.
It is time for my first divorce.
Yeah, Mom said so.
I like how Mom said so. I like how you said the device she had was the size of a toaster. And I was like, oh man, she's making bathtub toast too? It's the best. It's the crispiest.
It's the crispy.
You haven't enjoyed toast until you've eaten it in the tub. It really is the best.
It's the thrill of being at death's door.
Exactly. It's like you think you got what it takes to make some shower toast, boy.
I'm gonna go make Eddie has this, your robe on and your brush, and then you have a toaster underneath your hand. You just walk into the bathroom.
Extension cord of it plugged in, a 200-foot extension cord. I'm just gonna walk in, make some shower toast. Y'all don't worry about me.
I'll be fine.
I'm good.
All right. Well,
That being said,
If nobody in the chat chimes in, we'll flip. We'll heads. We just shoot her and take it. Tails, we'll try to convince her and be nice.
Tonight's episode is brought to you by Chaos and Entropy.
Death. All right, let's flip this baby. Heads. We're just going to take it.
Oh, dang. We're going to be the thing that we despise. All right, here we go.
Real hot rod. This is the real
hot rod doing hot rod things.
Page 45. All right.
45.
45.
Just about there. All right. Hot Rod can't control himself because he's a treacherous, traitorous backstabber. Grabs the box from Sarah. Wow! With this, we could beat the Decepticons in a snap, he says excitedly. Hey, that's my invention. Give it back to me, Sarah cries. Hot Rod pulls out a laser gun. Hot Rod hesitates, but then his greedy side wins out over his sense of fairness. Sorry, lady, we need this more than you do, he says. You'll be glad we have it anyway, because we're going to use it to keep your planet safe from the Decepticons. Now, Hot Rod, Cup warns, give the lady back her. It's too late. Hot Rod has already transformed into his auto mode and is zooming back to the Autobot city with his prize. I'll be a big hero when I show our leader, Ultra Magnus, this invisibility device. Hot Rod thinks happily. He is busily dreaming of how the Autobots will battle the Decepticons' invisibility when Karabaroom! I love how they get crazy with this. Just do kaboom.
Just do kaboom.
Karabaroom? Karabaroom.
Karabaroom. Yeah.
The invisibility device has a self-destruct explosion button, and Hot Rod accidentally triggered it when he went over a bump. Now his dreams of glory have gone, well, all to pieces. You have a want in there? I thought you did.
Let's see. Fail. But really, Eddie, are you that sad? Hot Rod?
I'm not sad. Hot Rod is in little tiny little pieces now. He blowed himself up the way he should have done.
He got what he deserved.
Seriously, you go back and you could, if we could time travel for real, it'd be like when Megatron grabs Hot Rod and he's using him as a human shield, and Prime's like, no, I'm like, dude, let him just shoot him. Shoot Megatron through Hot Rod. Be like, bah, bah. Sorry.
That is awesome. I don't care. Just keeps blasting until Rod into Megatron.
Yeah, Megatron's just holding a torso at that point. You know, he's like, oh man, he really like. I saw the future. This guy came in. He told me Hot Rod's gonna get me killed and then get you all killed. It's really for the best. I mean, I know it's off brand for me. I'm Prime, but
yeah, you're
a large picture here. It's
so,
bigger than all of us.
We blew up in this one, and then we got buried alive in the other one.
I mean, listen, here's the thing. You need that human touch, everybody. This is what happens when you just start flipping coins. You know, now it's funny. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, we got to blow up Hot Rod. So, I'm happy with this. It wasn't all bad. And by the perspective of this book, I've noticed this too. So the G.I. Joe book was interesting because the G.I. Joe book, we were a character. We were a Joe.
Yes, we were.
I forget our code name. Wasn't it like code name correspondence course or whatever it was?
Yeah, like a silencer or something like that. And they gave us a gun.
Oh yeah, we were a Joe. We were one of them.
Yeah,
and it was told there was like a narrator, but it was very like ephemeral. Like you do this. What do you do? What do you try? It was very much like a choose your own adventure book.
It was.
I've noticed the Transformer books because we've done one before too. Is this our first one, or have we done another one?
We've done one. Yeah.
Okay, they are third. You are not any of them. It is very it's not you do any of this. It's very much, it just describes what's going on, and you're like essentially like the hand of fate deciding what happens. but
Yes.
you are not a person on the team. You are not even like a human with them. You are not part of the story. You're just helping kind of steer what happens.
You're just watching it happen.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You're the watcher.
Yes.
Like the Marvel thing, right? Isn't there the guy called the Watcher?
Yeah, the Watcher. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
fun.
that's what we are. We can't interfere.
Nope.
No, we can only watch it happen. That's like
Or
us.
hot rod blow up, and we're like rewinding it, watching it.
Yeah. Like I heard two people high-fiving. Who was that? We're the Watchers. Yeah.
He calls his buddy up. Come watch this. Hot Rod got blown
Dude, you
up.
got to see this guy. He's so. Hot Rod must be a choose your own adventure character. He's so cocky.
He is. Like you said, he's a 9-year-old us.
What I love about and again, there's no real character development, and I get that. It's an 80s cartoon meant really to sell toys. I mean, honestly.
Exactly. It's commercial.
I still love it. And they did try to make some character-driven stuff happen, right? Like
they did.
And what I love about it was Hot Rod. There was some small stuff later on where he had like gotten a little bit of character growth, maybe a little bit. But for the most part, he is himself the whole movie. And then the notion is like he faces off against Megatron, and then he's like, okay, then the Matrix gives him authority, and then he's like, I'm super wise now.
Yeah, I'm Rodimus.
If I'm now Rodimus Prime, I think if I remember right, that that in the comic book they actually had a thing where he was actually like riddled with guilt over what happened.
I think so.
Yeah, and he was like, it was less of a clean break to like new leadership. It was very much like, oh man, I'm a murderer. Look at my hands are covered in robot blood. It's just
see
Prime blood.
That proves he did it. He feels guilty.
I know. I'm telling you, but. Yeah, that was a fun one. Hey, it took us a little bit of time to get back to him, but thank you for hanging with us for this. But
thank you.
We did it.
You can go to uchoosepodcast.com. That's the letter U, choosepodcast.com, and hear and see our old episodes, listen to them, share them with friends, and let everybody know about it. We do these usually on Thursday nights around 8:45-ish Central Time. So just watch us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We'll try to keep you up to date there. And let us know what you think. Oh, there's Jesse.
He's like, watch them. I wasn't even like, you should watch them if you want to. If you've got free time, make time. He's like, that's 2-word command right there.
That's right. Jesse.
It's not all caps, though. So he's not yelling. It's kind of more like a watch them. Watch them. Gotta watch him. Oh, Uchoose pod. The thing is this.
Oh, that's
we
awesome.
Can't choose. It's not we choose. If it was we choose, we wouldn't need y'all here, but it is you choose. Yes. And I just know I would love it. Anyone, and feel free, message us on social media. I would love this. Anyone who listens to the show audio only or watches it, do you find yourself listening to us and screaming into your like podcast machine, being like, no!
Don't go there.
Don't make shower toast.
Eddie, don't make shower toast.
Don't put on the robe. They make you bury yourself alive in a pyramid.
Esophagus. Oh man. All right. Well, hey, everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. And until next time, you choose the adventure. See ya.
Good night, everybody.
One last one, Eddie. All right. Signing off.
Yeah.